Merab Dvalishvili shared a lighthearted moment with fans after he ended up completely lost in a parking lot following a long day of training. While trying to locate his car, he ran into two supporters who immediately recognized him and offered to help. Merab introduced himself on camera with his usual humor, mentioning that getting punched so many times in training might be the reason he couldn't remember where he had parked. He greeted the fans warmly, asking their names and thanking them for stopping to talk. One of them, Raul, offered to drive Merab around the parking lot to help him track down his vehicle. Merab accepted the gesture with gratitude, joking that this is exactly what happens when you fight for a living. Sometimes you forget simple things, like where you left your car. Despite being visibly tired, he remained cheerful and appreciative as he spoke to the camera. As they drove around searching for the car, Merab kept the mood light, thanking Raul and joking about how fighters often deal with the side effects of long training sessions and heavy sparring. The fans seemed excited to share the moment with him, and Merab made sure to acknowledge their kindness, emphasizing how grateful he was for their help and support. The interaction turned into a fun, memorable exchange that highlighted Merab's down-to-earth personality. Instead of being frustrated about losing his car, he chose to enjoy the moment and share a laugh with the people around him. In typical Merab fashion, he transformed an everyday inconvenience into a humorous, behind-the-scenes moment for fans, showing once again why he remains one of the most well-liked personalities in MMA. Khamzat Chimaev recently sat down for an interview with Brett Okamoto, where he delivered strong words toward Alex Pereira and revealed his long-term plan for competing at both middleweight and light heavyweight. Throughout the conversation, Chimaev addressed ongoing tensions between himself and Pereira, making it clear that he believes the UFC and Pereira have avoided matching the two of them together despite the public interest. Chimaev explained that the matchup is exciting for both sides, but insisted that everyone in the sport knows Pereira does not truly want to fight him. He recalled Pereira's comments about challenging him in jiu-jitsu, wrestling, or grappling, dismissing those remarks by saying that their profession is mixed martial arts, not grappling tournaments. According to Chimaev, Pereira initially accepted the idea of fighting him, but later shifted his tone, claiming it was not the right matchup. Chimaev also rejected Pereira's suggestion that he might be using the champion's name for attention or fame. He argued that his own popularity speaks for itself, noting that even a simple Instagram story from him draws more views than many top-level fights. Chimaev emphasized that fame is not the issue. Instead, he believes Pereira is avoiding the fight because he knows the outcome would not be in his favor. Despite acknowledging Pereira as one of the best strikers in the world, with legitimate knockout power and elite technique, Chimaev stated confidently that Pereira is not on his level overall. He said that if you ask nearly anyone in the MMA world who would win if they met at middleweight, the overwhelming majority would choose him. Chimaev argued that his wrestling, grappling, pressure, and overall skill set would pose insurmountable problems for Pereira, no matter how dangerous the Brazilian's striking may be. Chimaev then shifted to his future plans. He explained that he sees a big check and many opportunities ahead, both competitively and financially. According to him, he intends to take one. Former President Donald Trump recently spoke about the upcoming UFC event scheduled to take place at the White House grounds, revealing ambitious plans that have quickly caught the attention of the combat sports world. According to Trump, the card, expected to be held on June 14th next year, will feature an unprecedented number of title fights, with 8 or even 9 championship bouts being prepared for the event. Trump praised UFC President Dana White for his vision and effort in building a temporary arena specifically for this monumental occasion. He explained that White is currently holding back several major fights for months in order to stack the card for what is expected to be UFC 250. Trump described the event as potentially one of the biggest nights in UFC history, emphasizing that every bout will be either a championship fight or a matchup between fighters considered legendary in the sport. He went on to describe the layout and scale of the event. A custom arena is being constructed near the front entrance of the White House, with seating expected to accommodate between 5,000 and 6,000 people. Beyond that, Trump said the setup will extend into the surrounding grounds, where approximately 100,000 additional spectators could gather. Large screens, possibly 8 to 10 of them, will be installed to allow fans in the extended area to watch the fights live. Trump spoke enthusiastically about the level of interest already building around the event, noting that countless people are requesting tickets. He emphasized that the combination of historic location, massive production, and an unprecedented number of championship fights will make this one of the most highly anticipated sporting events of the year. Throughout his comments, Trump credited Dana White for orchestrating what he called the biggest fights they've ever had, stating that the UFC president has intentionally saved top talent and major matchups for this single, history-making night. He expressed full confidence that UFC 250 will be amazing, and that the spectacle of hosting it at the White House will elevate the significance of the event even further. Trump concluded by reiterating the scale of excitement surrounding the card, reinforcing that fans, celebrities, and public figures are all eager to secure seats for what he believes will be an unforgettable night in UFC history. Tom Aspinall recently shared his thoughts on who he believes deserves the title of Fighter of the Year for 2025, and he made it clear that Ilia Topuria stands above the rest. When asked from a UFC perspective which athlete impressed him the most throughout the year, Aspinall did not hesitate to name Topuria, emphasizing both his skill set and his continued evolution as a dominant force in the sport. Aspinall explained that Topuria has consistently delivered world-class performances, showing not only technical brilliance but also a level of composure and confidence that is rare among fighters. He described Topuria as unbelievable, expressing full belief that the featherweight champion has many more years at the top ahead of him. According to Aspinall, Topuria's blend of striking power, precision, and fight IQ makes him one of the most complete athletes in the UFC today. When asked about the best knockout of the year, Aspinall again pointed to Ilia Topuria. He acknowledged that part of his judgment is influenced by the events he personally attended, but even with that bias in mind, he considers Topuria's knockout of Charles Oliveira one of the most spectacular finishes he has witnessed live. Aspinall recalled the electric atmosphere inside the arena that night, describing it as unforgettable and unlike anything he had experienced before. The intensity of the moment, combined with Topuria's flawless execution, solidified it in his mind as the standout knockout of the year. He also highlighted that knockout as a key reason Topuria deserves recognition as Fighter of the Year. In his view, Topuria didn't just win. He delivered performances that felt special, moments that resonated with fans and fighters alike. Aspinall praised Topuria for consistently rising to the occasion, performing at his best against elite-level opponents and doing so in spectacular fashion. Aspinall concluded by reaffirming his belief in Topuria's long-term potential. He expressed confidence that the young champion will continue to make waves in the UFC for many years to come, not just because of his talent, but because of his mindset, preparation, and ability to deliver when the spotlight is brightest. For Aspinall, Ilia Topuria is not only the fighter of the year for 2025, but a future legend in the making. Joshua Van has made it clear that he is ready for whatever challenge the UFC puts in front of him next, whether that means facing rising contender Tatsuro Taira or granting a rematch to former champion Alexandre Pantoja. Following Taira's impressive TKO victory over Brandon Moreno, Van openly praised the young Japanese prospect, acknowledging both his performance and the buzz it created within the division. During the post-fight media session, Van was asked about a brief backstage encounter with Taira. Reporters noted that Taira felt the fight between them was already mentally booked, suggesting that both men see their paths crossing soon. Van confirmed the interaction, saying that Taira looked him in the eye with confidence, and he respected that energy. He admitted that Taira's performance was strong, and that the win elevated him into a meaningful position within the title picture. Van also discussed his own standing as the champion, clarifying that even though he now holds the belt, he still feels strongly about giving Alexandre Pantoja a rematch. He expressed appreciation for Pantoja's accomplishments and said he believes the former champion deserves the opportunity to run it back. Van emphasized that he is not looking to avoid anyone and that he wants to be the kind of champion who proves himself against the best. At the same time, he made it clear that he is equally willing to fight Taira if that is the direction the UFC chooses. Van reiterated that he has no hesitation about facing a dangerous rising contender and that he respects Taira's skills, confidence, and recent victory. According to Van, both matchups make sense for the division, and he is prepared for either scenario. Ultimately, Van stated that in the aftermath of the incident involving pro wrestler Psycho Stu, Raja Jackson, the son of MMA legend Quinton Rampage Jackson, has remained largely silent on social media. Aside from a brief birthday message to his mother weeks prior, he had not addressed the situation publicly. Over the weekend, however, Raja posted a troubling and unusual message to his Instagram story. In the post, he wrote that he believed he had been Jesus Christ in a past life. He added that he was currently broke and kind of homeless, stressing that he was being completely serious. The message raised concerns among fans about his well-being, particularly as his legal situation remains unresolved. Raja recently pleaded not guilty to his assault charges and faces up to 7 years in prison if convicted. Meanwhile, Rampage Jackson found himself in yet another unexpected confrontation during a live stream. This time, the situation unfolded between him and a security guard who instructed him to stop filming. The guard approached Rampage and his group, asking if they had permission to record in the establishment. Rampage responded casually, insisting that they always had permission. The guard then told him he would need to put the camera away. Rampage immediately challenged the request, asking how the guard planned to enforce it. The guard repeated that he was asking them to stop recording, while Rampage and his group made it clear they had no intention of complying. As tensions escalated, the guard informed them they would need to leave the premises. Rampage responded sarcastically, asking where he should go and stating they were already heading out. The guard tried to direct them toward an exit, explaining he worked for Dave & Buster's and that his vehicle was in the back. Rampage continued to push back, questioning his authority and mocking the idea that they could be blocked from exiting. Before leaving, Rampage instructed his cameraman to record the security guards' names. After learning their names were Barry and Hunter, Rampage made a point of calling out what he described as power trip security, expressing clear frustration with how the situation was handled. The confrontation escalated further when a child asked for a photo and one of the guards attempted to intervene. Rampage aggressively defended the child's request, insisting no kid should be denied a picture and telling the guard to back off. The livestream ended with